Hey Leo, this is just a quick reminder to hit like and subscribe, especially if this resonates for you. It helps this channel more than you could know, and it allows me to keep putting these messages out for all of you. This is a timeless reading, meaning you are more than welcome to watch it whenever it finds you or whenever you feel drawn, and you're welcome to watch this regardless of your placements, whether you're Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, or whatever. I really loved the energy connecting with you, Leo. I saw this image of just kind of standing on this hill, and it was this sweeping green landscape. I was underneath this tree, and there's the setting sun, and it just felt so beautiful and so peaceful. And maybe some of you are going through a transition right now. Maybe there is something that is ending for you or entering a sort of twilight phase for you. But this feels beautiful nonetheless. So if you do feel afraid of transition or change, I feel like there's something about finding beauty in an ending or in a transition, and really feeling grounded, because it felt very earthy to me. I did actually pull a couple of animal cards as well, and I got the buffalo and raccoon, and both of these animals are connected with the earth element, which we see at the top of the card here, that upside down triangle. It feels like with the buffalo, there is this thing about having faith and really feeling grounded regardless of what is going on around you. You know, we see this buffalo very calmly looking ahead, moving forward with this storm going on in the background. But it almost feels like there's divine insight, downloads, revelations. You are sensing something that is coming, and you don't need to be afraid of it. You don't need to be afraid of this change, Leo. And for some of you, I think this might be tied to work energy, actually, or like a work-related situation, just because there is a lot of earth here. And the raccoon really can indicate feeling stuck in a role and maybe needing to shake things up. Sometimes there's that kind of mask, that persona, and it's almost like you kind of lose yourself, or you just kind of get into a familiar routine and you stop feeling the creative process or kind of the passion for something. And so when this card comes up, sometimes there is this invitation to try something new or to shake things up or show a new side of yourself. I did also notice with the tarot deck here, I am going to pull some cards in just a moment, but I wanted to point out that we had the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So again, earth energy. The pentacles are earth, and it does feel like you are building something, and maybe you're even building something with other people or getting resources together or planning something, which is the Three of Pentacles. But I really feel like, Leo, you are building something for your future, and it might also be happening as something is coming to an end or something is changing. So would love to hear from all of you. I'm going to shuffle these cards. We'll see what else comes out. We'll ask some questions about love and maybe get a little more into this career stuff as well. So what are the messages for Leo? And as I do this, I just want to give my friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what messages apply to your life and how, and what should just be left behind for somebody else. There may be the possibility that these messages aren't actually meant for you, but somebody else that you are connecting with, regardless of zodiac placements. So maybe there's just someone who you feel like you need to share this with. That does also help this channel as well, so I do appreciate that. And anything else? What am I missing? You can find links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions. Maybe that can help you find some more clarity or alignment as well. So what do we have for Leo? We do have the Queen of Pentacles. You know, this is actually really beautiful to see, because the Queen of Pentacles to me is someone who really thinks about the long term. The Queen of Pentacles is the one making sure that everyone's being fed, everything is being taken care of. It feels like you're really kind of planning for the future, and just in a very grounded energy, or that's the advice for you. And, you know, I see this rabbit in the card. It feels like there is something new. There's something that's being created, new life, if you will. There's something fertile. And I think it's almost like, how do I take care of this precious creation? Is what I'm really, really getting. And so it feels like you are tending to some important seeds. And It feels like you might even be talking to other people, but you're almost selective with who you talk to, who you bring on, right? Um, because sometimes people mean well, they have good intentions, but they might discourage us, and maybe that's part of why you're a little guarded. But I don't even want to say guarded. You're protective. You're protective of your baby here, Leo. Whatever this is. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of change going on, either with work or your future or your purpose. And you're just being more intentional with that, getting back in touch with that even. We do the Four of Wands as well. So it does feel like there is a celebration or some good news coming your way. Sometimes this is like a wedding announcement or like a baby, like a new life. Again, it feels like there is something that is worth celebrating. And maybe you're celebrating how far you have come, because each of you are going to be in different places in this journey that we're describing, right? Because this is a general reading. But I feel like there is something that is worth celebrating. And I'm really just feeling the sense of home, looking at this hearth, this fireplace. Maybe some of you are even starting a business that's like a venue or like a coffee shop or a tea house or something cozy. That could be for some of you as well. I just really get this beautiful sense of abundance. And it feels like it's being shared as well. Like it feels like people are coming together. Definitely let me know in the comments how that's happening for you. Oh, interesting. We do have a little bit of buzz going on with the Five of Wands. Maybe there is a bit of drama, but honestly, when this card comes up, I don't think it's usually too serious. Interesting how we go from the Four of Wands into the Five of Wands. Maybe your success is generating a bit of a buzz. There might be people who are a bit jealous or envious of you, Leo. You might have some good news or an announcement, and there could be some people who are reacting maybe in not the best way to that, because it's bringing up their own insecurities or agitating them somehow. And this could be someone else that you're connecting to too, especially an earth sign. This could be Capricorn as well as Virgo or Taurus. But I feel like overall, I'm not super concerned by this Five of Wands, but let's see. Let's get a clearer picture. What else is going on for Leo? Ooh, yes, we have the Ace of Wands. Interesting. So we have the Ace of Wands, and this feels very central to the energy right now. You are finding this spark, this creative potential, loving the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, as well as strength, or I'm sorry, the Sun, which is one of your cards. So I feel like you are really feeling like yourself, Leo. Maybe feeling like yourself again. Maybe it's been some time. But I just get this really nice, exciting, what's next kind of energy for me. And I feel like you deserve this. This is something that feels really, really good. And I feel like there's some people who are jealous, I just have to say. Or there's some sort of drama kind of going on around you. But I don't think it's front and center. I actually did get the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords in reverse come out together. And this is interesting because maybe there is someone from the past, maybe someone you broke up with, or someone who you kind of had to move on from, or even a situation you had to move on from. That could actually be it too. And like as you're kind of moving forward, maybe you are hearing from this person, or this person is hearing about your new direction or whatever it is that you're celebrating. Maybe you're in a new relationship, or maybe you're just going and moving somewhere nicer, or getting a new job, and this person feels like you're moving on without them. That is maybe part of this Five of Wands energy too. There could be people who feel like that you are moving on, you're improving yourself. It actually kind of reminds me of the expression crabs in a barrel, where fishermen wouldn't put a lid on the barrel because the crabs, as they were trying to crawl out, would pull each other down. In psychology, I believe this is group normalization or group, I forget the name of this term. If someone knows, feel free to comment. But it's basically this kind of thing where when someone tries to improve themselves or change their lifestyle, like maybe change their diet or exercise more, people often act defensively. And this is because this is triggering some sort of insecurity in them. And like you are seeing them as less, regardless of whether or not you are. It feels like there is some insecurity in the people around you, Leo. So that's kind of interesting. But maybe that might be this buffalo. Like you're still moving forward. You're still calm, steady, collected, and very, very grounded in all of this. Or this is the energy to tap into. This is the advice for you. Where is this going for Leo? It feels like there's new doors opening up. There's a new pathway for you. Ooh, yep, the Fool. This is like the epitome of new beginnings, fresh starts, new lease on life. I love this for you, Leo. I know some of you at the time of this recording are going through a birthday, so maybe this new year is just like your year. I feel like there's just this really exciting, passionate energy. Like you feel like a younger version of yourself, or like when you felt really passionate about life, like you're reconnecting with that, or you're finding that for the first time. And I think you're doing that by not being afraid of letting go of an old version of yourself, or maybe a version of yourself that almost defines how other people see you. And maybe some people are disappointed, maybe some people get insecure, but I think overall, you're very steadily growing, Leo, and I think you're going in the right direction. So don't let other people discourage you. Now, I'm definitely curious what is going on in relationships for you, because it does seem like there's kind of some buzz around you, and I'm wondering what's going on in your love life. What is happening in love and relationships for Leo? What is happening in love and relationships for Leo? We do have the Wheel of Fortune, so there could be some big changes or a shift in the seasons for you. The Wheel of Fortune often speaks of cycles. It can also be this kind of like destined, predestined energy. Maybe some of you are running into people and it just feels like you've known each other your whole lives, or you've known each other from a past life or something like that. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like a soulmate energy. But with all this change, there's bound to be a little bit of bumpiness. There's bound to be a little bit of rockiness. So even though the Wheel of Fortune is ultimately a very positive card, it still could indicate that there is some sort of change or transition that feels a little out of your control or out of other people's control. So let's get a little more clarity. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? What is going on in love and relationships for Leo? We do have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I really do feel like some of you are connecting with some like-minded spirits, actually. And maybe this is part of who you are kind of building something with or working on a project with, because I did get that at the very beginning. But it feels like there's just a lot of like nice gatherings and nice celebrations that are to be had. And I think with the people who really matter to you, the people who truly love you and support you, like, you're going to have some good times together. I feel like that's in store for you within the next month or so. Again, whenever you're watching this. But I really get this, like, exciting change. And it's like, maybe some of you are even manifesting new things with friends as well. I'm kind of getting that image of, like, a group of women or a group of people just like sitting on a floor pulling tarot cards and like having crystals and doing like intentional magic, like intention setting, maybe something like that. And it's like you're all really excited for each other as you're growing and progressing, and that feels like a really healthy relationship or friendships to me. Anything else going on for Leo? Anything with love? Interesting. We do have the Six of Cups with the Ten of Cups in reverse. You may very well be hearing from an ex or someone from the past, maybe trying to make amends. Could also potentially be a family member too. But it does feel like this is someone who... It's like you had dreams with this person. You had like a future with this person that just didn't end up working out. I think you might be hearing from this person, but honestly, I don't think this is about getting back together. I think it's almost like you're rethinking of what happiness means to you, what good relationships mean for you. To be honest, I'm not getting a super strong love vibe for you at this time. It's not to say that there isn't any romantic options for you or that there's just nothing happening, but I think more so the focus is on friendships and other types of relationships, and maybe you're finding fulfillment in those. I think especially in the West, we're often kind of conditioned to make our romantic relationship our one-stop relationship for all of the support. I don't think that's healthy. And I think for you, Leo, you're really feeling a whole community, a whole support system, rather than just getting that from one person. And maybe you're even doing something like buying a house with friends or adopting with friends, like things like that, things that are traditionally kind of reserved for a relationship or a really important partnership. Maybe you're rethinking these sorts of traditional ways of doing things, because that can be the Ten of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Ten of Cups too, in reverse. Rethinking traditions, rethinking the ways your family did things. But I think this is ultimately really, really beautiful. Anything else for Leo? Any other messages? Any other messages for Leo? We do have the Knight of Cups. Following your heart, following your dreams. This just feels like a really smooth, easy energy right now. And like, I don't feel like anyone's really going to be messing with your chill. Like, there are people who might try, but I think you're just very much in your flow. And when it comes to love, I think it's just like enjoying the time you spend with people is the best advice. You know, don't get too serious about things right now. Just enjoy the people who you are connecting with. Just enjoy where you're at. Enjoy the transition you're going through. It feels like there's just a lot of beautiful things that are very heart-centered for you. And it's just like ease in your life. And also really finding out what matters. Like reconnecting with what matters most to you, Leo. And sometimes that changes. Maybe you're surprising yourself with what matters most to you. Anything else for Leo? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So definitely some things being set in motion this month. I do feel like there's the start of a journey or transition. I really get the sense like you're building something from your heart. You're working on something very steadily, and it doesn't feel like you're doing anything crazy right now. I mean, we did have the Fool. So maybe there is this new beginning, this leap of faith, but I think you're going about it in a very methodical, balanced way. You don't have to rush a good thing, and I think you know that. And that could apply to a relationship, but again, I really feel like this applies to something else in your life, if I'm just being honest. And I'm also thinking of like the Virgo-Pisces axis. You know, we will be in Virgo season at the end of August. We will be in Pisces season end of February to end of March. Maybe there's something happening in the fall or in the spring. I know the upcoming eclipses we have will actually be in Virgo and Pisces, so maybe there is some sort of shift that is already taking place around this time. I believe the first eclipse in these signs is going to be the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th. So maybe that is signifying some sort of ending or transition for you, Leo. And that is actually your astrological 8th house of endings, transformation. So I'm feeling like December, maybe December for some of you, but September is what I was trying to say, is going to be a really significant time of transition and change. And obviously kind of adjust this to whenever you are watching it. But there's just something about this Virgo Pisces energy. They're opposite signs. So it's interesting to see both of these indicator cards for them out together next to each other, especially if you have Virgo or Pisces placements. That could be something significant too. Anything else? Any other messages? I think this is the last one. 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's some new exciting things happening. Things could actually still be happening faster than you realize, too. It feels kind of slow, steady, like you're going about things in a very balanced way, but nonetheless, there is growth. There are some fireworks here. There's something exciting. Maybe there's even some travel or journey that you are going on, because that can be the Eight of Wands as well. But I do feel like there's a lot of exciting news. I keep getting good news. I would love to hear the good news in the comments down below. Please, please share. We need more good news in the world right now, and I'd love to hear what's going well and what's even going right with you. I think sometimes we think that self-awareness is just being mean or cruel to ourselves or pointing out our flaws, but what's going right with you? Because I feel like you're getting into this really nice flow. So how are you glowing up, Leo? How are you growing? I feel like this energy is just so yummy. I wish I could bottle it up. But those are all the messages I have for you. I just had that done message. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope this gave you some things to look forward to. Seems like there's a lot of really beautiful things headed your way, or you're really making some beautiful things happen. So keep it up, Leo, with whatever you're doing. Again, you can find all the links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions, which you can schedule on my website. I do also have links for all of my other social media accounts, and you can definitely check out the playlist on my channel. Maybe there's another sign or another video that speaks to you. Feel free to reach out or tune into those as well. And I will see you all next time. I appreciate all of the love and support you give this channel, all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I'm sending lots of love back at you. Take care, Leo.